Emerging as a colossal sentinel from the ancient sands of the Giza Plateau, the Great Sphinx stands as an unparalleled testament to the ingenuity, artistic vision, and profound spiritual beliefs of the civilization that flourished along the Nile millennia ago. This awe-inspiring monolithic sculpture, a harmonious and enigmatic fusion of the powerful physique of a recumbent lion and the contemplative visage of a human head, has silently borne witness to the ebb and flow of history, its unwavering gaze fixed eastward towards the eternal cycle of the sun's journey across the sky. Its very presence evokes a sense of timelessness, connecting the modern world to the distant echoes of pharaonic Egypt and the enduring mysteries that shroud its ancient past. Perched strategically on the western bank of the life-giving Nile River, within the sprawling necropolis that cradles the monumental pyramids of Giza, enduring symbols of the Fourth Dynasty's power and ambition, the Sphinx occupies a location imbued with profound symbolic significance. Its close proximity to the mortuary temples, causeways, and other structures associated with these royal tombs suggests an integral role within the funerary cult, serving not merely as a passive guardian, but perhaps as an active participant in the spiritual transition of the pharaoh into the afterlife. The sheer scale of the Sphinx, stretching an impressive 73 meters in length, soaring to a height of 20 meters, and spanning 19 meters at its widest point, underscores the immense organizational capacity, skilled labor force, and abundant resources commanded by the Old Kingdom society that conceived and executed this extraordinary undertaking. The prevailing scholarly consensus firmly attributes the carving of the Great Sphinx to the reign of Pharaoh Khafre, circa 2558-2532 BC, the fourth monarch of the illustrious Fourth Dynasty, and the visionary builder of the second largest pyramid at Giza. This attribution rests upon a robust foundation of archaeological and contextual evidence. The Sphinx is intimately integrated within the architectural layout of Khafre's pyramid complex, situated at the eastern terminus of the causeway that descends from his mortuary temple to his valley temple. Furthermore, the facial features of the Sphinx exhibit a striking resemblance to known representations of Khafre, preserved in various statues and artistic depictions. The serendipitous discovery of fragments of a diorite statue bearing Khafre's name in close proximity to the Sphinx provides supplementary, albeit indirect, corroboration for this dating. The later inscription on the renowned dream stele, commissioned by Pharaoh Thutmose IV centuries after the Sphinx's creation, further solidifies the historical association between Khafre and the monument, recounting a mythical dream in which the Sphinx personified as the revered deity Hormeke, Horus, on the horizon, promised the young prince the kingship in exchange for clearing the accumulated sand that had enveloped its majestic form. Despite the strength of the prevailing theory, the precise chronological placement of the Sphinx's construction and the definitive identification of the individual whose likeness is immortalized in its weathered features remains subjects of ongoing scholarly debate and nuanced interpretation. A minority of researchers have advanced alternative hypotheses, primarily based on geological analyses of the Sphinx enclosure. These studies suggest significant patterns of water erosion that, according to their proponents, could only have occurred during a more humid climatic period predating Khafre's reign, potentially pushing the Sphinx's origins back to earlier phases of the Old Kingdom, or even the pre-dynastic era. While these intriguing theories have stimulated considerable academic discourse, they have not yet garnered widespread acceptance within the mainstream Egyptological community, which largely adheres to the Khafre attribution based on the more direct and compelling archaeological and contextual linkages. The intricate symbolism embedded within the very form of the Sphinx speaks volumes about the complex religious and royal ideology that underpinned ancient Egyptian society. The deliberate fusion of a lion's powerful body with a human head is not a whimsical artistic choice, but rather a profound representation of the pharaoh's dual nature and his unique position as the intermediary between the earthly and divine realms. The lion, revered throughout ancient Egyptian culture for its raw strength, regal bearing, and fierce protective instincts, served as a potent and ubiquitous emblem of royal authority, courage, and divine power. By bestowing this formidable physique upon a human head, the monument likely sought to visually articulate the pharaoh's supreme earthly dominion, his divinely ordained role as the guarantor of cosmic order, Maat, and his unwavering capacity as the ultimate protector of the Egyptian kingdom and its people. In stark contrast to the lion's primal power, the human head atop the Sphinx embodies the faculties of intellect, wisdom, and rational thought. The serene and enigmatic expression that graces the Sphinx's weathered face suggests a profound inner knowledge, a contemplative wisdom, and perhaps even a direct connection to the transcendent realm of the gods. It can be interpreted as representing the pharaoh's intellectual prowess, his capacity for just governance, and his role as a conduit for divine will on earth. Furthermore, many scholars believe that the human head specifically portrays the likeness of a pharaoh, most likely Khafre, thereby directly associating the monument with royal authority and the enduring legacy of the ruling dynasty. Some interpretations also suggest a connection to the solar deity Ra or his manifestation as Hormaket, Horus on the horizon, further underscoring the monument's profound ties to the life-giving power of the sun and the cyclical themes of death and rebirth that were central to ancient Egyptian religious beliefs. Intriguingly, the ancient Egyptians themselves did not employ the term Sphinx to refer to this colossal statue. This now universal designation is of Greek origin, adopted much later due to the striking resemblance to the mythical creature in Greek mythology, which was typically depicted with the body of a lion, the wings of an eagle, and the head of a woman, and was famous for posing enigmatic riddles to unwary travelers. The ancient Egyptians knew this monumental figure by a variety of indigenous names, most prominently Hormaket, which translates to Horus of the horizon. This appellation directly and unequivocally links the monument to the rising sun, the god Horus, who was intimately associated with kingship and pharaonic authority, and the daily cycle of cosmic renewal. Other ancient texts and inscriptions occasionally refer to the Sphinx as the living image of the king, or simply the great statue, further emphasizing its royal significance and its role as a powerful representation of pharaonic power. The geological composition of the Giza Plateau was not merely the setting for the Sphinx's creation, but also the very substance from which it was hewn. The monument was painstakingly carved directly from a single massive, relatively soft layer of limestone bedrock. This impressive subtractive method of sculpture, while a testament to the skill and determination of the ancient Egyptian artisans, also inherently rendered the monument susceptible to the relentless erosive forces of the harsh desert environment. Over the millennia, the Sphinx has endured the ceaseless abrasion of wind-blown sand, the cyclical stresses of expansion and contraction caused by extreme diurnal temperature fluctuations, and the gradual but persistent corrosive effects of moisture and salt crystallization within the porous limestone. The visible evidence of ancient repairs and restoration efforts undertaken by various pharaohs and later rulers underscores the long-recognized challenges of preserving this colossal and iconic sculpture. Remarkably, traces of vibrant pigments that once adorned the surface of the Sphinx offer a vivid glimpse into its original, more colorful appearance. Remnants of rich red ochre have been discovered on the lion's body and the human face, strongly suggesting that these prominent areas were originally painted in this symbolically significant hue. Furthermore, subtle traces of yellow and blue pigment provide compelling evidence that the Sphinx likely sported a striped Nemes headdress. The iconic royal headcloth that was a distinguishing feature of pharaonic regalia. This polychromatic decoration would have undoubtedly enhanced the monument's visual impact, further emphasizing its royal and divine associations, and contributing to a more dynamic and perhaps even more awe-inspiring presence within the ancient landscape. Throughout the long and complex tapestry of Egyptian history, the Great Sphinx experienced alternating periods of profound veneration and relative neglect. During certain dynastic periods, particularly the Old and New Kingdoms, the Sphinx was a significant focus of religious devotion and royal patronage, as evidenced by the construction of temples, offering chapels, and commemorative stelae in its immediate vicinity. The Sphinx Temple, situated directly in front of the monument in the east, and the Valley Temple, an integral component of Khafre's pyramid complex, likely served as important sites for rituals and ceremonies associated with the Sphinx and the broader royal cult. However, during times of political instability, dynastic transition, or shifting religious beliefs, the Sphinx often fell into disrepair, becoming partially or completely engulfed by the ever-encroaching desert sands, its significance perhaps temporarily overshadowed by other pressing concerns. The rediscovery and subsequent systematic excavation of the Sphinx in more recent centuries have been absolutely pivotal in shaping our modern understanding of this ancient marvel. While historical accounts from Arab scholars and early travelers mention the Sphinx and occasional attempts to clear the accumulated sand, it was during the 19th and early 20th centuries that dedicated archaeological endeavors brought the monument fully back into the light. The pioneering work of Auguste Mariette and later Gaston Maspero were particularly instrumental in revealing the full physical extent of the Sphinx and the associated temple complexes. These meticulously conducted excavations not only unveiled the colossal form of the Sphinx, but also unearthed invaluable inscriptions, statuary fragments, and architectural remnants that have significantly enriched our knowledge of its history, purpose, and symbolic meaning within the context of ancient Egyptian civilization. The most visually striking and enduring damage to the Great Sphinx is undoubtedly its missing nose. Popular imagination, often fueled by romanticized historical narratives and unsubstantiated claims, frequently attributes its removal to direct cannon fire by Napoleon Bonaparte's army during their Egyptian campaign in 1798. However, compelling historical evidence, including detailed sketches and descriptive accounts from European travelers and artists who visited Giza decades before Napoleon's arrival, unequivocally demonstrate that the Sphinx was already conspicuously noseless centuries prior to this period. The most credible and widely accepted explanation among Egyptologists points to deliberate acts of iconoclastic vandalism, possibly perpetrated by devout Sufi zealots during the medieval period, likely in the 14th or 15th century. Historical accounts from Arab writers of the time document instances of religious fervor leading to the defacement of pagan idols and monuments. And the Sphinx, with its powerful symbolic presence, may have been a target of such iconoclasm. The Great Sphinx continues to be an active and vital subject of ongoing archaeological investigation and cutting-edge scientific scrutiny. Modern non-invasive technologies, such as ground-penetrating radar, GPR seismic tomography, laser scanning, and photogrammetry, are increasingly being employed to explore the subsurface environment surrounding the Sphinx and to create highly accurate three-dimensional models of the monument's current condition. These sophisticated investigations have revealed intriguing anomalies beneath the Sphinx enclosure, including potential cavities, voids, and the possible existence of undiscovered tunnels or chambers, further fueling speculation and the enduring mystique that surrounds this ancient guardian. While no definitive evidence of large, previously unknown chambers has yet been conclusively confirmed, The continued application of these advanced technologies promises to yield further insights into the geological context and potential hidden features associated with the Sphinx. Beyond its profound historical and archaeological significance, the Great Sphinx has transcended its ancient origins to become a globally recognized cultural icon, an instantly identifiable symbol of ancient Egypt and its enduring legacy. Its enigmatic visage and imposing presence have inspired countless works of art, literature, cinematic productions, and various forms of popular culture, firmly establishing its place as a potent emblem of mystery, wisdom, the allure of the ancient world, and the enduring power of monumental, artistic expression. From grand cinematic epics that transport audiences to the sands of time to captivating children's stories that spark curiosity about the past, the Sphinx continues to capture the imagination of people across cultures and generations, serving as a powerful and timeless reminder of the vast sweep of human history and the enduring power of human creativity. As the sun continues its daily celestial journey across the Egyptian sky, casting long, dramatic shadows that dance across the weathered and majestic form of the Great Sphinx, this ancient guardian remains an enduring enigma, a silent witness to the rise and fall of empires and the ceaseless march of time. It stands as a tangible and awe-inspiring link to a distant past, whispering tales of pharaohs and gods to those who come to stand in its formidable shadow. The myriad secrets it may still hold, the profound questions it continues to pose, and the sheer audacity of its creation ensure that the Great Sphinx of Giza will continue to captivate, intrigue, and inspire wonder in generations to come, a timeless sentinel forever guarding the mysteries of the sands and the indelible legacy of ancient Egyptian civilization.